Play It Again Sports specializes in baseball, softball, golf, and fitness. Stop in to buy, sell, or trade new and used sports and fitness equipment. Trade in and trade up at Play It Again Sports.
Welcome to In the Hoop. I'm George Ayub with Bobby Mills. We are at Grand Island Northwest High School where there's a celebration going on, and it will be for some time. The Grand Island Northwest girls Class B state champions in a double overtime 61-52 victory over Norris, who actually, Norris beat Beatrice to get into that final. I thought that was...
I did too. Norris.
I thought it was going to be Northwest Beatrice. That's who I had penciled in.
I did too.
The Northwest girls get down 12 points with 4 minutes plus to go or so. Come back and tie it, obviously, double overtime. Hit their free throws down the stretch. Coach Hershberg talked about there being a great team effort, and we saw that all year when we broadcast their games.
Absolutely. It was a great team effort, but I was telling Denton earlier, I like what he said on NETV before they went down at halftime. He said, we're not worried. We have confidence. We'll do what we've done all year. I'm not worried about it.
Katie Plocky, one of the stars, hit a big three down the stretch that really turned the game around. Said in the paper this morning about finishing the game, and I think that you and I watched in us high school sports that finishing is more than just being physical.
Oh, it is.
And stamina. And of course the girls, gave credit to their strength coach, and I think that's great that they do that. But there's that mental toughness, and I just, and a lot of people have talked about this. This is nothing new, but their victory in the volleyball championship where they were down a couple points in that fifth set, come back and get the job done. Great mental toughness.
Yeah, I think it actually absolutely helped there, and it just actually gave them, as you said, the mental toughness to finish. And they were never. I don't think they ever worried about losing. That's what kind of an attitude they have.
And you see a lot of kids get flustered, and they're high school kids, and you can't dismiss that. But when you have five. Well, they go 7 or 8 deep, kids who have been in tough situations, championship games. Their softball team goes down and plays in the state tournament. So these are battle-tested athletes.
Been there, done that.
Exactly.
What makes a difference, George?
Yeah. So I think and of course coach set the tone, as you say. He was very calm at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get rattled. So the Northwest girls get it done. The first Class B team to win volleyball, basketball since 1977-78. That was Lexington.
Wow, that's tough to do.
Yeah, tough
Absolutely.
to do. So congratulations to Coach Hershberg and the Northwest Vikings. There's going to be a pep rally here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I understand. So hope that everybody can get out to get it. Just a couple other scores from Hastings St. Cecilia. Got to the final game in C2.
What a team.
Yeah, but Crofton comes back, only undefeated team in the state. And that was a tough matchup.
I don't think anybody touches Crofton. They probably could have competed in C1, maybe. They're that tough.
Yeah, they're that good. Palmer ran into the eventual state champion Pender.
Oh boy!
Whoa!
That was a good basketball team.
70-30, and we saw Palmer play, and we're very impressed with them. Emily Wolf and gang up there, and so Pender really was the real deal.
Oh, they were.
D1 this year. They were.
70 was not an odd amount for them at all.
Not at all. Fall City Sacred Heart beat Sandhill Thedford 57-42, and that was a first-round game in D2. And Wynot beats Giltner 80-43. Wynot. Woo!
It's a nice.
Wynot.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
The eventual state champions there too. So. That was the girls' state tournament. The boys' state tournament's coming up. We're going to talk about that right after the break. This is In the Hoop. We're at Grand Island Senior High School. No, we're at Grand Island Northwest High School.
We're here.
Play It Again Sports is more than a used equipment store. We offer new equipment in all the top brands. Easton in baseball and softball, TaylorMade in golf, Schwinn in fitness, and we're the only Cliff Keen wrestling dealer in town. Stop into Garrett for spring and summer activities. Trade in and trade up at Play It Again Sports.
We are back at Grand Island Northwest High School. I'm going to get that straight one of these days. Where the Vikings are celebrating a state championship. If you want to see what a state championship trophy looks like, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This is the big dog. This is what you play for. And the boys are going to play for one of those this week. You can sit that down. I'm sure you probably did your weights earlier this morning.
I did.
Way to go, Bobby.
Right.
So we have a number of area teams set to do battle in the boys' state tournament. Starts Thursday. Off the bat in Class B, we have Aurora, the 8th seed. They're going to take on number 1 seed at Scottsbluff and defending champion.
That's right.
What do you think of the Aurora-Scottsbluff game?
Well, I know one thing. If Scottsbluff's head coach, who's a friend of mine, Tony Siski, is worried about Aurora, then I'm worried about Aurora. Oddly enough, last year at the state tournament, they gave Scottsbluff the toughest game. And we're talking about Scottsbluff beating Mike Gassell and South Sioux City. So I'll tell you, Aurora's playing very well right now.
I think I think that we've talked about that. It's better to be. You want to be good in March.
Oh boy!
If you can't be good in November, you want to be good in March, and that's what Aurora's done. And of course, they beat the Vikings here from Northwest in the districts.
But twice, though. My goodness gracious me! I mean,
they really end of the year and then a district. So. Terrific, terrific matchup. Scottsbluff better not look past that game. And as you say, they've been there once before with Aurora, so they're going to know.
Yep.
We're going to jump to Class C1 where we have Adams Central is going to take on Wayne. That's a 4-5 game. Adams Central is one of those teams that's playing well this time of year. What do you think of that? This is a rematch.
Right. Adams Central has the athletes. They're good football players. You can throw out that score in the holiday tournament up in Wayne, I think it was, or Norfolk or somewhere. 28-24, they beat Wayne. Nobody could hit anything. I watched the film on it. Just throw it out. But Wayne is a good basketball team, and you know that. But I like Adams Central's chances here. Yeah. They're playing well now.
Yeah, and Wayne has been good for some years. They have a nice program going there. Boone Central, a 7 seed, plays the number 2 seed, Kearney Catholic Stars. The Stars won their first 22 games. And then they've lost 3 out of 4. And you and I both know Boone Central, Newman Grove, terrific athletes. They're going to get after you. I told you, this might be my upset special here.
It could be. Kearney Catholic's got to find a way to put the ball in the hole. And, Boone has those football athletes. We talked about it with Northwest girls. They've been to the state football finals. An upset would be a good pick here. But let's hope Kearney Catholic, for all the fans here, can rebound and Donnie Lease can get them going. I'm sure they'll be excited about it.
Yeah, and and of course, one of those losses was in Tino's tournament here to Class B, Grand Island Northwest here. Right. That was one of the losses. So in some ways, the pressure is off.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because they don't come in undefeated. So I think a good matchup, as will be Gibbon and Kimball. Now, Kimball has a 6'7" kid. We don't know a lot about the Western Nebraska teams, but Gibbon's one of the teams that beat Kearney Catholic in the district semis.
They did.
And, of course, Riley Reinertson, is going to get a good game from him. But I think Gibbon is really peaking at the right time here.
I do, and really that for the number of kids they have in school, they're just a borderline Class C2 school, so they're doing a terrific job. Play great defense. They love to get that transition game going. Kimball better be able to run. Right. That's all I can tell you, and they better be able to shake off that fierce man-to-man defense.
Right, yeah, because Gibbon's going to get after it. So some great matchups there in C2. Just we're going to skip down to D1, High Plains. 21-4 is a 7. They're going to play St. Mary's, the number 2 seed. This is a tough matchup. High Plains, high-scoring, potent offense. But St. Mary's, nobody's slouch.
No, they aren't. They're always there in all sports. Didn't their girls just win last weekend?
They did.
So, the championship feeling is throughout the school, but I still like High Plains' chances. Yeah, they are so athletic and young.
Yeah, and they're going to run, and they're going to get after it, and there's going to be a high-paced game. I look for that score in the 70s.
I do too. At least
Stu
Postel will be happy.
Yes, and Stu doesn't like the low-scoring games. No. A D1 matchup, 2 teams from the area. Kennesaw, undefeated until district finals, comes in as the wild card against Burwell, playing without their post kid who had a knee injury. So, what do you think there?
I think it's going to be a terrific game. I think they can play without this boy, and I think this might be one that might go over. They're similar styles.
Very similar.
Very similar, so we could be seeing a 2-overtime game there. That might be the best matchup of all.
I like that matchup. During the day, I looked through the rest of the classes. This is a really terrific matchup.
It's probably the best, yeah.
The game's at North Star. That is a 10:45. I'm sorry, excuse me. That is at North Star at 8:45 at night.
Wow, that's the long. We'll be in bed as usual.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I won't either. I'll be there. So
yeah. Spalding Academy Spalding Academy takes on Wausau, another 5-4 game. Spalding comes in at 23-2, Wausau 22-3. Nobody's used to losing in this matchup.
No, sir. Do you remember Spalding Academy's coach Joey Imus?
Right.
He played for Boone Central.
Right.
He's done a terrific job up there, and they are a good ball club. I watched them in the tournament in St. Paul. They're a fine team. Wausau, I don't know a lot about. I think they've got that Clausen kid, Marcus Clausen, who is a terrific athlete. So another good matchup, potentially.
Good matchup. Sometimes the 4-5s don't live up to their numbers, but I think in those, the Burwell, Kennesaw, and the Wausau, Spalding is a really good matchup. And then Giltner takes on Wynot. Kind of a mirror here of the girls. They ran into Wynot in the opening round. Giltner, the 7 seed, runs into a 2 seed Wynot here. Bob Hamer this morning in his column said that Giltner's going to have to shoot the ball well.
They will.
To stay with Wynot.
They will. I don't know a lot about Wynot either, but boy, do they ever play tough basketball in the northeast part of the state.
Yeah, it should be.
We saw that in girls play.
Should be a good matchup.
Yep.
All those matchups are Thursday as the boys' state basketball tournament starts in Lincoln at a number of sites. Finals, of course, will be at the Devaney Center. This will be the last of the finals at the Devaney Center.
We're sad.
Yeah, so some great history there. This has been In the Hoop. I'm George Ayub with Bobby Mills. We are at Grand Island Northwest High School, Class B girls state champions. We'll see you next week with a wrap-up of the boys' state tournament.
Play It Again Sports specializes in baseball, softball, golf, and fitness. Stop in to buy, sell, or trade new and used sports and fitness equipment. Trade in and trade up at Play It Again Sports.